farm. We grow on about 20 acres. Primarily we do mushrooms, although over the past few years, every year we get more and more into vegetables and berries. We do a couple farmers markets in the area, Carlisle and Dillsburg. We do some restaurant sales.
Our property is cut in half by railroad tracks right by a crossing, so it's pretty peaceful here aside from the constant trains that go by several times every day. So the whistle part is that, and the berry just is because we do a lot of berries as well, and they seem to flow together, so that became our farm name. Where we lived before, we lived in a little cabin in a very shaded side of the mountain, and we just wanted to grow something for ourselves for fun, and it seemed like nothing would grow except for mushrooms. So we decided to just kind of play with that for a little bit, and he started beekeeping as well, and it just kind of evolved into us growing enough mushrooms that we had some extra to be guest vendors at a farmer's market. And then we just kind of decided that we wanted to roll with it and started doing it on a larger scale, and then decided we better move because we didn't really have enough room where we were at. And then we moved to this farm about 7 years ago, and it's been a work in progress, but we've every year we kind of do things a little bit better, hopefully. And so now we grow a lot more than mushrooms, but it just kind of started as a hobby.
Well, with the shiitakes, we start out every October. We buy between 600 and 1,000 oak logs, specific varieties of oak, as well as a couple varieties of maple, 4 foot long. And then we inoculate them, which is drilling a hole every 6 inches in a diamond pattern, packing it full of sawdust that already has the fungus growing on it. You seal off those holes, then you sit them in the woods for, depending on the weather, 9 months to a year, and if the weather cooperates, you'll get what you call a natural flush, where they grow on their own without any human involvement. And then the following year is when we start tricking them into growing, where we soak them in cold water for about 24 hours and stack them and cover them in plastic, make it super humid and warm, and that tricks them into thinking it's time to grow. Like to grow a lot of squash. Squash is one of my favorites. We do cantaloupe, watermelon. We also do a lot of peppers and eggplant. We do some brassicas. I like to do cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower is something I'm still trying to get the hang of. We also do a lot of berries, red raspberries, black raspberries, blueberries. Today we're planting a 1/2 acre of strawberries. And we're always experimenting with new stuff. This year we're growing okra. We never grew okra before. We're growing some super hot peppers. In the greenhouse we grow a lot of tomatoes. We grow cherry tomatoes. We grow slicer tomatoes. We grow a lot of cucumbers in there, chard. But then we also do potted plants. My wife does potted plants in there, which we sell at market. Well, we have one dog that keeps bumping the camera.
Ludo, come here. Ludo, come.
We have another dog. We have 4 barn cats, a couple indoor cats. Then we have 3 goats, 2 pigs, a lot of chickens, 20 or 30 chickens.
They're all retired chickens, so we don't get a lot of eggs from them. They're more just pets that get to kind of live out their lives here. But when we have enough eggs to spare, we bring them to the market as well.
Oh boy.
It's just, yeah, you hit the ground running every day. It's just a mix of picking mushrooms, cleaning mushrooms, picking produce. This summer it's a lot of watering since we didn't get really any rain. Weeding, either prepping for market or actually going to farmers markets. But yeah, it's just a little bit of everything every day. And then, occasionally there's something big, like today we have to plant all the strawberries, so that'll take up a good bit of today, but then hopefully next year we'll have a good crop of strawberry.
I like seeing a walk-in cooler packed full of vegetables.
I just like working outside and working, and being self-sufficient as much as we can, and being able to grow something that other people are happy to